Jo Allen, 23, and her fiancé Liam Tierney, along with their daughter Indiana, live in Liverpool, UK. The couple had been planning for more children for a long time, and when Becky found out she was pregnant, everyone was just happy. But there was a huge surprise ahead of them. Becky realized from the beginning that this pregnancy was much more difficult than the previous one. She was constantly nauseated in the morning and had a headache. The parents-to-be began to worry. Going for the first time at the ultrasound, they were already scrolling in his head all the worst options. But the doctor gave them the news that just knocked them out of their minds for a moment. Becky was expecting triplets. It was the most shocking news I've ever heard. They had never had triplets in the history of our families. We weren't expecting this in any way. Fortunately, the pregnancy proceeded without complications, and all three boys seemed perfectly healthy. In the 31st week, Becky suddenly went into labor. The mother-to-be did not know what gods to pray to when the ambulance took her to the hospital. The babies were still very tiny. The maternity ward was in turmoil as doctors fought for the lives of premature triplets. After an emergency cesarean section, Roman, Rocco and Rohan were born. All three were alive, but only weighed about 1.3 kilograms. The babies were in the ICU for the first 6 weeks until they were strong enough to go home. From the first days, everyone began to notice that the triplets looked exactly alike. This was strange because the doctors had told the parents that triplets are born triplets and are very different from each other. However, in this case, even the parents, who usually have no trouble distinguishing between twins, were not always able to do so. Doctors suggested a DNA test. The results surprised everyone. It turned out that the three boys were identical twins. Triplets from the same cell is a very rare phenomenon. However, while doctors were sorting out the cause of the baby's similarity and excitedly explaining how unique Becca's pregnancy turned out to be, the parents have already learned to distinguish their tomboys. When they sleep, they look exactly the same. But they have completely different personalities. They all have moles between their eyebrows, but Roman has one a little darker, and Rohan has another one on his leg, says the happy mom. Liam and Becky certainly dreamed of having a big family, but they didn't expect their family to double in size at once. But there's no such thing as too much happiness, really.